with over a decade or more of experience as a principal as well. And my passion lies in helping educators and leaders to be able to find some well-being in their life, right? Find balance. Although, is there really any such thing as balance? And really, we're trying to integrate our personal lives and our professional lives together and be able to foster well-being in the communities that we serve. So today, we're going to discuss the balancing of work and well-being, giving you some tips for educators and leaders, as I believe that a balanced leader or a leader who is able to integrate that work-life harmony is going to be a more effective leader. So let's jump right into it. Here's a personal story. Before I dive into those tips, I want to share that from my time as a school principal, I can remember many times where my work and my personal life was really out of sync. In fact, probably more of my creative and productive hours were spent work-related than family-related. And I was working long hours, constantly juggling meetings and conferences, managing projects, which left me feeling drained. Can anybody out there relate? Overwhelmed. It affected not just my well-being, but also my ability to, in some instances, lead my team effectively. And I'm not even going to touch on in this session the impact that it likely had on my family as well. I have two sons and was married, and we were just making it all work as a family. It was during this challenging time that I realized the importance of prioritizing my own well-being and needing to look for strategies to be able to promote either that work-life balance, aka work-life harmony, and now most recently called work-life integration. So the tips I'll be sharing today are those very strategies that helped me to regain control and lead with renewed energy. Why is this important for us to be able to look at how we can balance our work and our personal life for improved well-being? It's because achieving work-life harmony and a positive integration of our personal lives and our professional lives is particularly challenging for educators and leaders due to the demanding nature of our roles. When we neglect our own well-being, it can lead to increased stress, it can lead to burnout, decreased effectiveness, and a lack of enthusiasm. You ever had that experience of going into work, whether you were the leader or you were someone who served on the staff, and it just seemed like that leader wasn't at their best, like they were stressed out? Well, prioritizing our well-being is so essential for not only our health, but also for creating that positive environment for students and our colleagues. So let's explore in our brief time together today some practical strategies to help us to achieve that work-life balance, or better yet, that work-life harmony, or even better, work-life integration. So tip number 1. What do you think it is? Prioritize time management. The first tip that I want to share is this one, being able to prioritize our time management. You know, creating a structured schedule is vital for maintaining balance, harmony, integration of our work and our professional life. So I encourage you to use calendars and to-do lists to plan your day effectively. This allows you to set boundaries around your work, as well as ensure that you've allocated time for that S word, self-care, for your hobbies and for your family. And I'll share my own practice. You know, I set aside time each week to review my schedule and then to block out personal time, which has made a significant difference in my overall well-being. Because sometimes, and I can remember this early in my career, of being able to just devote a whole lot of time to my professional life, whether it was being in grad school, whether it was working on a project, or just a number of things that we have to deal with as leaders and administrators, that really I fell short in the realm of my family. And that can cause some relationship leadership issues and challenges and concerns. So that was tip number one, fostering time management, being able to prioritize those things that are important to you. I remember a mentor telling me one time that if something's important to you, you will have it blocked out on your calendar. And so often as leaders, we have a number of things blocked out on our calendar, but our relationships and our family may not have been it. Sometimes we look at that time as being time that can be sacrificed, and we'll catch up on that later. Why? Because all that we're doing for them. Okay? Have to evaluate that for yourself. The second tip of the three that I'm sharing with you today is fostering supportive communities. Let's talk about what that looks like, right? It is so important for us as we work towards balancing our work and our personal life to be able to maintain well-being, that we build a network among colleagues to be able to provide us with that essential support. You know, sharing your challenges and your successes with others creates a sense of camaraderie, creates a sense of being able to pour into one another while you're being poured into. Organizing regular check-ins or informal gatherings can strengthen relationships and improve morale. In my experience, when I encourage my staff to engage in open discussions, yes, there's some trepidation there at first because to be able to share your vulnerability, oftentimes you may feel as though, wow, that's going to work against me, or it will appear as though I can't handle the pressure. When in all actuality, it provides for you an environment of being able to decompress and being in an atmosphere, an environment where others share your pain, but also share your accolades. But here's the thing to consider too. They also can give you insight and tidbits on how you can navigate this journey together. So organize regular check-ins or informal gatherings, whether it's meetups, whether it's a text message chain, whether it's a periodic Zoom where you get together, no recordings. But an opportunity to kind of decompress. I loved being able to do that when I was a guidance counselor. I do that still as a coach when I facilitate groups, and I encourage you to embrace that as an opportunity for yourself as well. In my experience, when I encourage staff to engage in open discussions, no shade, no shame, it led to a significant uplift in the work environment as everyone felt more connected and they felt supported. You know, where else do you spend that much time with a group of people than in our work environment, right? The third tip that I'd like to share with you is practice mindfulness and taking momentary breaks. You know, in an earlier Lunch and Learn opportunity, I shared about the importance of mindful leadership. And so I want to emphasize that again. You know, practicing mindfulness and taking monetary breaks. Well, yeah, I guess you can't pay for it, but momentary breaks, because there's really a lot of free apps out there. Or it could just be a matter of you going through a guided breathing meditation for yourself. But incorporating these small mindfulness techniques into your daily routine, such as the deep breathing or mindful walks around the campus or up and down the hall, it allows yourself, your body, your mind to have short breaks throughout the day in order to recharge, to rejuvenate yourself. These moments are invaluable, I have found for myself and for those that I've worked with, to be able to provide you with clarity and, yes, rejuvenation. I remember when I implemented short mindfulness sessions into my own day, and it helped me to refocus and approach my tasks with a fresh perspective. And so now there's research that also supports by having a mindfulness culture in your school can definitely not only be beneficial to you, but to your faculty and staff. And there are many schools that have incorporated mindfulness into the classroom as well. And it has been proven to have positive impacts on behavior and classroom management. So now, I'd like to hear from you. If you have any questions or experiences you'd like to share about balancing work and personal life, or being in harmony with your work and your personal life, or even better yet, more currently in the literature, having a positive work-life integration, please drop them in the chat, and also share with us what it is that you do in order for you to be able to balance your work and your personal life in a way that really supports your well-being. So, to wrap up, today we discuss the significance of balancing work and well being for educators and leaders, right? By prioritizing your time management, fostering supportive communities, and practicing mindfulness and having momentary breaks. We can create, with these 3 tips, a more harmonious work environment that enhances our overall well being. Remember, a balanced, harmonized, integrated leader is more effective in inspiring and supporting others within the community and within the school environment. So thank you all for joining me today. If you're interested in exploring these strategies further or discussing how to implement them in your own leadership journey, DM me for a discovery call. I'd love to connect with you. And also, for more information about who am I, Dr. Janae Bishop Nesbitt, education consultant and coach, please go to my website at www.drjanetbishop.com. I am available to be able to assist you in your professional development for your school district, your school, or even for your own personal journey. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. And again, thank you once again for tuning in today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Remember, you get to create that better version of yourself and to make the rest of your life the best of your life.